President of the university has alerted students and staff members, all of the people that received these text messages earlier this evening, that this has been a hoax and that perhaps this situation is about to be resolved. But that is the latest here from Villanova University. The president saying that this active shooter situation was a hoax carried out by someone or someones, as we continue to bring you more information from Villanova University. And again, that is good news. If that is the situation, that is good news as well. We just reported Radnor Police saying there's been no reported victims. We did hear again from the Delaware County DA who he thought there was a person with a weapon on campus, but again, we're hearing from the university president, or at least the text he has been sending to the student body, that this active shooter situation was all a hoax.
That is Father Peter Donohue, the president of Villanova University, sending out this communication saying today, as we're celebrating Orientation Mass to welcome our newest Villanovans and their family, panic and terror ensued with the news of a possible shooter at the law school. Remember, they said these students and their families received 2 text alerts.
Right.
Who sent them? Where did it come from? He goes on to say, mercifully, no one was injured, and we now know that it was a cruel hoax.
Absolutely.
In his words, no active shooter, no injuries, and no evidence of firearms present on campus. But again, the tri-state area and all counties surrounding Villanova University responding to this scene.
Absolutely. As we heard from that father that Brianna Smith was interviewing, he said, despite feeling, the terrifying moments of hearing from his son that there was this active shooter situation, but also he was somewhat relieved by the amount of law enforcement that had converged here, as we continue to look live from Chopper 6 at the size and scope of authorities on the scene, who reported here with haste once these text messages were sent throughout the student body, throughout campus. But again, the university president alerting the student body that this active shooter situation was a hoax. Let's go back to Action News reporter Caroline Goggin, also on campus, with more information from your vantage point, Caroline.
And a cruel hoax, he's calling it, Caroline.
Yeah, I mean, it is a cruel hoax. I mean, for someone to do this, you guys talked about it, with the first day of students returning here to campus, it's just a horrible situation for these students, these parents to deal with. We're seeing some faculty members from Villanova. They just passed us, guys, and they looked, obviously startled, but I think relieved, of course, that this entire situation was not more severe and more serious. And I mentioned to you before that it's eerily quiet on campus. The students, obviously, they've heeded the warnings to barricade inside their dorm rooms right now. But there are some people in the area who have come by, who live and work around here, just to see what exactly is going on. I'm live right now with Daniel Piatti. He's one of the people who has come down to the scene just to check it out. You said you worked around the corner. Yes. What did you hear? What brought you down here?
I was working near the Lower Merion police station at the time, and the entire police station emptied out, and every law enforcement from, it looked like Montgomery County and Delaware County, responded to this incident.
And how terrifying is it? We were talking about the fact it's a beautiful campus, and these are beautiful. It's usually a beautiful time of the year.
This is a gorgeous, beautiful first day, welcoming, and it's just a sin that something like this would happen in the main line.
You came down here, and I think you were telling to me you really feared the worst at the time when you came down here. To hear this was a hoax, no reported victims right now, how do you feel?
It's great, but it's sad somebody would do something like that and cause all this chaos for absolutely no reason.
And we were talking, Alicia and Rick, we've mentioned it multiple times about this massive police response here. Daniel, you said when you got down here, I mean, did it take your breath away to see just all of these officers from so many different areas?
Absolutely. I've lived here my whole life, and I've never seen over 100 police cars respond to an incident like this before. Yeah. So very scary and exciting.
Thank you so much for joining us. So guys, really the good news here, as we have mentioned, is that this is being called a hoax at this point. There is still, though, a massive police response here, and I want to show you guys the situation. Again, our vantage point is we're on Spring Mill Road. This is Route 320. We are seeing more staff members who are coming out of buildings right now, believed to be staff or faculty here at Villanova. We are seeing, ambulances, police vehicles from all over Delaware County, Chester County, the surrounding Philadelphia area, who have responded here this afternoon, obviously fearing the worst, but it sounds like at this point things are okay, which is good news. We are expecting that press conference at 6:30 tonight. We're expecting to hear more details about what exactly happened here this afternoon, what led to this massive police response. And, you know, the good news, once again, guys, is that it seems like things have kind of calmed down here a little bit. We've talked about eerily quiet. It seems pretty calm here right now. So hopefully things will stay that way in the time to come as we work together more information about what exactly happened here this afternoon. We'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Caroline. Yes, certainly a big sigh of relief. And when that news conference happens at 6:30, we will certainly go to it. But yes, a big sense of relief on reports that this was all a cruel hoax. But certainly whoever perpetrated this hoax could face charges, because this is a criminal offense when you, again, consider the size and scope of law enforcement who converged here on campus. And now we're learning that it was all because of a cruel hoax, a cruel trick. Someone could face criminal charges tonight.
When you think about who could obtain that kind of access to the communication system at this school, again, this happened right in the middle of a welcome mass for new families, students and their families on campus, and then just chaos erupting when this communication was sent via text message to the students, telling them that they're, to shelter in place. And now, of course, everyone will start to, know that there is an all clear. They can come out. I just want to read a little bit more from Father Peter Donohue. He's the president of the school. When I went to Villanova, he was a professor, a wonderful theater professor, among other things, and has run mass standing room only at the school, very beloved in the Villanova community. And he was saying that he does not want this to be the introduction to Villanova. This was not the introduction to these first-year students and their families that he hoped for. He says, I cannot do anything to relieve the unrest that you're feeling right now, but he wrote a beautiful prayer, and he shared that with everybody on campus. It's a very tight-knit community there, run by Augustinians at Villanova University. And to think about the fact that everyone was gathering together for something, for a beautiful moment, to be ruined by something like this, some sort of, cruel hoax, as he called it. Cruel, I think, being the operative word here. Yeah, just terrifying to parents and new students, residents, staff members, to hear about these text alerts of an active shooter. But if there is a bright side to the situation, not that this was a hoax, but that law enforcement arrived within minutes in a size and scope that we haven't seen in a very long time. And the campus of Villanova certainly was placed on lockdown very quickly. Those alerts sent out very quickly as authorities tried to determine exactly what the situation was, looking for a suspect who we now know never existed, but also, again, trying to make this campus safe once again. Let's think about the fallout from something like this. Not only do you have fear, think about the texture of the world that we live in right now, and the news stories that we've heard and we've told throughout the years. You have so much fear that this could be unfolding right on this campus, but then also. Okay. You have this emergency. Let's go back to the DA who's talking now. Jack Stolzheimer with Delaware County.
Jack Stolzheimer with us, as well as Director of Public Safety and Chief of Police Dave Tajeski. We have a lot of mutual aid here. District Attorney Stolzheimer.
Sure, I got that. Happy news to say is that this is not an active shooter drill. What happened here today looks like it was a hoax. There was a call that came in around 4:30 this afternoon to law enforcement, to 911 center, saying that there was an active shooter in the building, in the law school building, and that there was a victim, at least one victim, who was wounded. That has turned out not to be true. These tremendous law enforcement officers behind me, backed up by literally dozens, if not hundreds of officers, have done incredible work locking down this campus, making sure everybody was safe, and going room to room to make sure that we knew that this is not true. So at this point, we believe that there is nobody hurt. There was never an active shooter on the campus, and we are going to conduct a full investigation. Our federal partners are with us as well. My office, Criminal Investigation Division, the FBI, we're all going to work to try to get to the bottom of who might have done this, because if this was indeed a cruel hoax, this is a crime, and we will track you down if it's the last thing we do. These people here, there are, Chris, I think literally thousands of people here today who are here because their kids are being dropped off for school, right? And it should be a joyous occasion was ruined by somebody. And so, again, we're still making sure that the crime scene, or what was not a crime scene, is secure. But when the police are done, and I'll let Chief Flanagan and Chief Block talk in a moment, when they're done, we're going to go back to normal here at Villanova University, great university here in Delaware County, and we're going to make sure that we follow up every lead to bring whoever might have done this if it was a hoax to justice. Chris, you want to speak for a moment?
I want to reiterate to the Villanova community, the Radnor community, the Lower Merion community, that it is safe. The police officers, the valiant police officers, ended rapidly. The people from the school followed their training. They knew how to lock down. They did it safely. Right now, we're reporting no injuries. This is a serious issue. It is a crime. It is wrong. We are taking care of that. Villanova is a great partner, and just want to let everybody know it's safe. We're very thankful, from the state police, FBI, to every department in Delaware County, Chester County, and Lower Merion and Montgomery County who have come out to support us. This is Dave Chajewski from Villanova.
Yeah, I just want to thank the local responders, the Radnor Township, Lower Merion, the dozens of other departments that have been here. I'd also like to commend our university community, our faculty, staff, and students for acting quickly. When the mass notification was sent out, people did as they were told. They stayed inside, they stayed safe. We're so grateful that this turned out to not be what it was initially reported to be. And again, my gratitude to the local responders and to our university community.
Jack, can you describe to us the process of tracing the call to 911?
I'm not going to get into that right now because this is an active investigation, but somebody did make a call. We are working right now, my forensics team, as well as the FBI. And Andy, I don't know if you want to speak for a moment here, but Lower Merion, thank God you guys were here on scene as well. First thing, but we are going to make sure we do use every tool in the toolbox to trace these calls. Again, we're still making sure, and Andy, I'll speak about this, making sure that every building is secure at this point while we're dismissing people one by one. But if this is true that it was a hoax, we're going to take every investigative step possible.